What is going on, y'all? Welcome to another video. Let's talk about it. As I told y'all, I was going to be dropping some more boxing content, which, as many of you know, I did yesterday with my top 5 favorite fighters. Today, we are strictly focused on what's going on in the heavyweight division. Now, the top 5 fighters in the heavyweight division currently right now are Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz, and I feel like Chris Aurelio should be number 5. But that's just me, someone else might have him in a different spot because he just lost Andy Ruiz. Well, this brings up some interesting fights. I want to see Fury and Joshua fight, but it keeps going through the ringer. I don't think Anthony Joshua wants to fight anybody in the top 5. The only one he's fought is Andy Ruiz, and the first time Andy knocked him out. Second time, he had to drag him to a decision. I believe. I could be mistaken there. Don't fully quote me on that one. There's a lot going on in this brain. But an interesting fight right now, I think, for Ruiz would definitely be Deontay Wilder. I think that since Fury and Joshua were tied up in their weird limbo, Deontay needs to get out there and he needs a win. Now, am I saying Andy Ruiz is going to be an easy win for Deontay Wilder? Of course not. But with Deontay Wilder's power, it could be a quick night for anybody on the planet at any time. Andy Ruiz's hand speed and counter punching is on another level. And for his size, it's ridiculous. I'm sorry. We all saw how he beat Joshua. He started countering. But when Andy Ruiz presses, that's when he gets into trouble, as we saw in the Chris Aurelio fight last weekend. Now, Deontay, the first fight with Tyson Fury, his game plan was decent, but he was still looking for that one point. You can't beat Tyson Fury that way, which is why Tyson Fury dismantled him in the second fight, because Deontay came with that same approach. Now, Anthony Joshua, he just seems like he's the only fighter I've ever seen that can't ever get a deal done with the other top 2 fighters in the division. It don't make no sense. Every time he's involved, there's all kinds of red tape and loopholes and this and that. If he's scared to fight, he should vacate the titles he has. If he doesn't want to fight Tyson Fury, he doesn't want to fight Deontay Wilder. Those are the only 2 fights that make sense for him. Those are the only 2. Now, Tyson Fury, he can have his pick of the lot. Tyson Fury is number 1. Until Joshua steps up and fights him and beats him, Tyson Fury is, the Gypsy King is number 1. So, I feel like Tyson Fury should have his pick of whoever he wants in the top 10. And I feel like he should fight Anthony Joshua. It's the only fight that makes sense. Anthony Joshua is the one with the rest of the titles. We need to unify all these titles. So, that fight needs to happen. I feel like the Deontay Wilder and Anthony Ruiz fight needs to happen. Those 2 fights need to happen, because it sets up whoever's next. And then that 5th person has to fight the persons who lost that fight to get to the champ. But we need these titles unified. We need these top 4 fighters to all go ahead and get it over with. I feel like the Ruiz and Deontay fight, that one really interests me. I'm a big Deontay Wilder fan. I'm not saying it'd be an easy night, but if he just keeps coming with just trying to get people with that one shot, his boxing is very wild. It's a very wild style. He throws big, wide, wild hooks when he's in the midst of it. It's like all his training goes out the window. But y'all got to keep in mind that Deontay started out a lot later than a lot of these fighters. So he's still, even though his record is what it is, he's still pretty fresh to boxing compared to a lot of these guys who have been doing it forever. So his discipline isn't always all the way there when it comes to just straight up pure boxing. Ruiz knows how to stick to a game plan. He knows how to implement a game plan. And his 3-punch combo is the best in the world. I don't give a damn. It's fast, it's hard, it's quick, it's great. And he has that thing down. The left, right, left, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's right there. Like, every time. Boom, boom, boom. And it's like clockwork for him. He's really worked on that. It's awesome. I love it. And I love that fight. I'm sorry, but that's the fight that Deontay needs to take. It's somebody who's ranked in the top with them. It wouldn't be a step down. Joshua and Fury are tied up in all what's going on over there. And if these two fight, after that fight, if the Fury and Joshua thing hasn't gone nowhere, both Fury and Joshua need to pick one of them to fight. Now, when it comes to that, Joshua's already fought with Ruiz twice, so I think the logical choice for Joshua would be Deontay. But I don't think Joshua wants that fight because he can't take that power. If he couldn't take Ruiz's power, he damn sure can't take Deontay's power. I'm sorry. Could he outbox Deontay? Absolutely. If Deontay just comes in looking for that one shot, yes, absolutely. Tyson Fury, his awkward style would match great with Ruiz. It'd be a fun fight, but I still got Tyson Fury winning. No knock against Ruiz. I like his style. I like his grit. I like his heart. But Tyson Fury, his awkwardness in the ring, it's very off-putting. And we saw that in the Deontay Wilder fights. It put Deontay off. And they were good fights, but at the end of the day, the Gypsy King did what he needed to do. And we need these four to basically just get it. We need these four to fight until there is one unified champion that is undisputed. And whoever that may be out of these four men, the person in number 5 needs to work his way, which, number 5 is about. I feel like Chris Aurelio is better than quite a few of the other heavyweight fighters we've seen in the past couple years. I feel like he's better than them, but he is older. He's 40, he's getting up there in age. But he's still a decent fighter. And if he comes in with the right game plan, I feel like he can hang with these top 4 in any category, as he showed with Ruiz. He even knocked Ruiz down in the second and had him hurt in the second and the third. But Ruiz composed himself and got back in the game. And that's what true fighters do. They make their adjustments and boom. Now, the scoring on that fight pissed me off. The fight was a lot closer than the judges had it. I mean, like I said, he knocked Ruiz down and had him hurt in the second and third. So how those scores came out, I don't know. Ruiz won the fight, but not by that much. These judges need to really, seriously, I think retired fighters should be judges. I don't think some random people who really don't know what's going on in there should be judging fights. I don't care how long you've done it. The scoring and fighting is ridiculous at this point. Especially boxing. But yeah, that fight was a lot closer than the judges made it. I'm sorry. There's no way you can knock somebody down, hurt them in 2 rounds, knock someone down and hurt them in 1 round, and then hurt him again in the next round and still have those kind of scores. I'm sorry, that don't make no sense. So, I feel like Aurelio, he lost, but he got screwed in the scoring. So, there's that. But these are my thoughts on the heavyweight division right now and what needs to happen. We need the Tyson Fury-Anthony Joshua fight, and we need the Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder fight. And if the Tyson Fury and Joshua fight don't happen, Tyson Fury needs to fight Ruiz, and Joshua needs to fight Wilder. Those are the only fights that make sense right now. And whoever you have in that number 5 spot just needs to, if they're trying to get to the belt, need to go through the ringer. Simple. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, great week, great month, great year. Peace out.